donation. That's like 5 times 2. From J-Cube that says, choo choo. And on that note, I'm going to just hop on this train and ride it over to the next station at The Run. So take it away, Limcube.
Right, what's up guys, and welcome to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Dog Percent or All Dog Treasures. This is a little bit of a weird run. It's not about beating the game as fast as possible. It's about being as wholesome as possible, as quick as possible. So there's 16 dogs in Hyrule that lead you to a treasure chest, and we are going to try to feed all of them as quick as possible. I'm going to be playing the game in German, which is with French, the fastest language. We are on the newest version on Switch. Timing begins not when I press start here, but when I skip the first cutscene, I will call time, and I'm going to press new game here, but I will call time when we start time. First cutscene is going to play, and this is a good time to introduce my commentator, datguychucky. Chucky, what's up?
Hey everyone, I'm datguychucky, and I'm a Breath of the Wild, any percent, and Master Sword runner, and also I would say I helped Lim work on a bit of the routing and some of the tech for this category.
Okay. So, Breath of the Wild, last year there wasn't any percent run here. We are going to be using most of the techniques used there throughout the Great Plateau. As of right now, there's no way to skip getting the paraglider. We need to get the paraglider to leave the Great Plateau. And we are going to be using some tricks to get the paraglider faster. If you don't get the paraglider, you can't leave Plateau. You will always get warped back. But, like I said, there is a couple tricks that we can do in order to get the paraglider faster. And the first thing that we'll do here is, as soon as we start the game, we'll actually immediately do the first glitch. I'll talk about it in a second here, but time is about to start when I skip this cutscene. I'll call it as soon as that happens, and we start now. All right. Getting the Sheikah Slate is the first thing we gotta do. This is something we cannot skip. And we use the Sheikah Slate pretty much immediately to clip out of bounds here from the Shrine of Resurrection. We will skip the Great Plateau Tower for a majority of the early game. We will get the Great Plateau Tower later. Getting the Great Plateau Tower is what allows us to get shrines as a war point. Without the tower, the shrines are pretty much in an unactivatable state. And we find a way around that. Why that is, we'll talk about later. For now, I'm going to try to get the Shrine of Resurrection clip using the Sheikah Slate. And why we do that, I will explain once I've done it. There we go, clipped out. And you can see a terminal on the left here. That's essentially what we are skipping with this route. And instead of getting through the terminal, we will make our way out of bounds on the side here. And then we watch the first cutscene of the game. It'll be slightly broken and not how you usually remember this cutscene. It features this great patch of grass. Other categories can skip this cutscene. The reason we are not is because activating this cutscene starts the day and night cycle in the game. And since we need the day and night cycle to proceed for some quests we're going to be doing later, we have to watch the cutscene too. That means, and that's actually slightly unfortunate, why my estimate is also a little bit higher, that we have to deal with weather RNG, which means sometimes we might get screwed over by rain or by a thunderstorm, and we have to react accordingly. But after the cutscene is over here, I need to clip back in bounds. And I do that by doing a side hop, hopefully getting that here, and we are back in bounds, bum, just like that. And I'm going to be picking up some food. So in the plateau, I'm going to be talking a lot. The rap god is getting ready because we are going to do a majority of all of the tricks that we'll do throughout the run just in the tutorial here. It's also the most optimized section of the run. I need to be careful here to notify these bokoblins quite early because I am definitely in need to pick up this potlet here. One of the most overpowered items in the game. And that's not even a joke. You'll see why in a bit. Also, the spot here is great because we have a lot of food that we can pick up, and we are going to be taking intentional damage throughout the early game quite a lot. Not only because we are going to be heading in this cold area here, where we take damage, but also because of some of the tricks that we do. Going to be picking up the axe here, and as soon as I'm done with that, Zelda is going to talk to us. And this is also a good time to talk about why German is faster. These cutscenes in particular, the voice-acted cutscenes differ depending on the language, and it's not because of the text, because the text actually doesn't matter. It's the voice acting that matters. So that's why German and French are coming up on top. And before the YouTube comments get flooded, I am German, so this is nice because I also get to read what's on screen, which actually helps for some of the quests later. But I'll make my way up this cliff here. And this is one of the first sections of RNG where we can get screwed over if we're unlucky, because these bokoblins like to hit us. 5 arrows in his chest. And this guy here, I'm gonna try and get his bow by hitting him twice. Thankfully, bokos are nice, and we can just move on. Sometimes they like to hit you, and that can be a little bit of an issue. And as I climb up the slope here, we need to talk about clipping. I skipped the Great Plateau Tower so far, which means this shrine looks like it is in a kind of a dormant state. We cannot activate the pedestal and just walk into it. And instead, we're gonna have to clip through the outer wall. And we do that by doing something called skew clipping. I'm setting it up here, and then hopefully get it. Nice. Pretty good. That is actually a pretty good stasis split so far. That went well. Maybe Chucky, you can explain how skew clipping works as we get this nice stasis rune.
I'll try my best. So basically what we're doing is, you see Lim did the first jump against the wall of the shrine with his shield, and that sets up this skew state where the game remembers how the angle of the shield is aligned. And the second time we do a shield jump, the game goes back to that position and it alters your shield state, and it causes Link to like go tilt backwards essentially, and it puts more of your body within the shrine, and you can kind of just eventually push through.
It sounds a little tricky, and it is. At first, it'll take a bit to understand how it works, but once you've done the clip a couple times, it'll be pretty natural. I almost just fell down, actually. Stasising this boulder in the back here. I also unstasised the gear. When you unstasis something, the cooldown of the rune goes down, which is why I was even able to immediately use stasis again. And now I'm going to try to do this little bit of a tricky jump. You have to get the angle just right, and then you can skip that boulder here. Actually, one of the harder tricks on Plateau, not even kidding. Looks easy compared to what we do, but that can easily be messed up. And that's stasis. Once again, we have to get all 4 runes on the Great Plateau in order to get the paraglider, to meet the old man and get the paraglider. One interesting thing here, and this is kind of weird, when we skip this cutscene here, we actually want to wait a bit until the text that the monk has here is dissolved, which makes this load. You can see the Zelda logo instantly filling. That load is quicker when you wait. It's kind of unreal. If we have any donations, we can actually already read 1 or 2, because we are going to be talking to the old man here for a bit, and this is just mashing.
Oh, you know we got donations. I got donations for days. We got $5 from Per Pal that says, thank you to all the hosts, runners, tech crew, and everyone else behind the scenes. Let's keep this $5 train going.
Perfect. I do make specific choices here in terms of what text I want to select. One text box is faster than the other, so I chose the answers basically to the old man here intentionally. This next split is going to feature some crazy tricks. We're starting out by immediately using our stasis rune to our advantage by doing something called a stasis launch. This one is pretty basic. We essentially just stasis the boulder and then ride up on it. But this next trick that Chucky may be able to explain, I need to be focused on. This can easily fail. So let's see what we can get.
All right, so the next trick we're going to be doing here is a bullet time bounce. So first off, Lim's just going to be, he's shooting there to alert the bokoblin, and basically what's happening is he's doing a shield jump onto an enemy, and you see there he went into bullet time. He lands on the enemy, and when he exits bullet time, the game miscalculates his velocity, and it basically sends him forward at 19 times the speed that he's supposed to get. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but yeah. You want to explain ESC? Okay.
We're zooming.
Okay.
So a lot of things happened at the same time. After that BTB, I landed without taking damage, which is called a fall damage cancel. Essentially, you, when falling down, you throw your weapon, and as the throw is about to come out, you unequip an item, which resets the position the game thinks Link started falling from. And that allows us to basically land off these bullet time bounces with no damage taken. I also did the next clip into the shrine. This one was a specific one, also known as extended shield clip. It's a frame perfect trick where you buffer with the D-pad there until the frame where Link is almost on the wall, and then basically do a shield jump, mid-shield jump. It's pretty technical, but it's actually quite rare to get it first try. It's only faster if you do get it first try, and technically also if you do it without any buffering. But it's my preferred method of clipping and ended up working good here. Cryonis features one more tricky skip called Cryo Skip. Essentially, you want to jump on this ice boulder as it's rising up. Ice block as it's rising up, shield surf, and then jump off the rising cryo block. It's quite intense, but this was a pretty good Cryonis split. I mean, basically everything here. That's, I think, still around 9 minutes for this. It's pretty good. After Cryonis, we'll immediately do another bullet time bounce. That's basically our main way of moving. We are going to be talking about dogs soon, but the plateau just features so many tricks that we want to talk about first that we have to, we have to talk about those. And then as soon as we are done with the plateau, we'll get the tower, and then it's time to feed the dogs.
Do you need ice arrows? I don't remember.
I don't need ice arrows. We'll talk about why we need ice arrows in a bit, but first, another bullet time bounce.
Let's get unloaded. We can explain unloaded if we got it.
Let's see. That might have been too late. Okay. What Chucky was talking about, unloaded, it's about that Magnesis shrine that we are going to next. If you go to that shrine in one straight BTB super quick, you can actually be fast enough that the door of the shrine never loads and you can just walk in without clipping, which is optimal. I'm going to be trying to go for it again here, but focusing on getting the BTB in the first place because this one can be tough. Also, the weather is messing me up here, kind of makes my visual cues harder to see. Okay, I went into bullet time super early here, which means I'm probably going to be landing in the forest, which is fine. The good thing about this, the intention was to go all the way to the Magnesis Shrine, which you can kind of see in the back. But this is still okay. This is an interesting angle.
Yeah, that's very far to the right.
Very far to the right.
I've seen that before.
It's fine. The reason I was going to say this is quite okay is this route of dog percent is actually optimized to the point where you can be a little short of arrows, but there is 10 arrows here in the forest, which are a nice backup. We can actually read a donation because I'm just going to be running to the Magnesis Shrine and then clipping in like we did for Stasis, so not too much happening for a bit.
Okie dokie. Sounds good to me. We have $250 from Because Kiwi that says, Zelda doggo is best doggo.
True.
Very true. I agree. We have $50 from Spiceopod that says, I love innovative run categories in Breath of the Wild. Let's see some dogs get fed. And here's a little towards 1 million.
That's pretty hype right there.
Yeah,
Magnesis...
I think I'm going to need some hype in the chat for that.
I agree. Thank you so much, by the way, for the donations. We are going to be clipping into Magnesis, my least favorite clip by far. So let's see how this treats me.
Also, I just want to point out that you'll see that Lim is... Let's first try. You'll see that he's doing a different setup to get his skew, which is like that first bounce. And that's just because every shrine, even though it has the same structure, it's at a different elevation into the ground. So basically, the points that you can access to get skew are different. So
that
every
is
shrine is different.
A very good point. Yep, and that's what makes learning those clips tricky in the beginning, but it's very manageable. I'm gonna shout out the run and how accessible it is a little bit more later. But like Chucky said, every clip is different. I went for like a completely different one in the Cryonis Shrine. And this one was different once again. I need to pay attention because I just realized I did not pick up the DLC chest, I'm pretty sure, outside of the shrine. Yeah, and that is allowed. The DLC chest is allowed in this run. This DLC chest contains a ruby, and we talked about that briefly in the interview, but in this run we need to build Terrytown. One of the dogs that leads us to a treasure is only obtainable once Terrytown is completed to 75%. Once we've taken the first 3 steps, to Terrytown. Which means we need to buy the house to even start the Terrytown quest. Buying the house is 3,000 rupees, so we need to collect money as we feed the dogs. And also wood, which we'll come to later, because we also need 90 wood in this run, 30 for the house, 60 for the progress in Terrytown. And that's a chore that we'll have to do.
Yeah, so the main routing system. You wanna go first?
Yeah, I want to explain something real quick. There's a new trick in this game, found like a week ago. I go for this once. It's probably gonna fail. I have to take my headphones off because I need an audio cue for this. Let's just see how it goes. I'm not gonna say much. If it works, it's pretty cool.
Do I have time to sneak a donation in?
No. This is not going to take too long. One trick.
Okay, too bad. Good timing. You can essentially make it from this shrine to the next shrine with one of those bounces called stasis bounce. The success rate is super low, and most runners don't go for it. Now, it would have been nice if I got to show it off, but success rate pretty low at the moment. Maybe in the future we'll have a better setup for it.
Shoutouts to Swiffy, I believe.
Swiffy,
for finding
absolutely.
That. Yeah, he's found a lot of things, and he's tested a lot of different things for our community.
Yeah, what we do instead is another bullet time bounce. If I can, that's actually pretty early bullet time. But it's fine.
Okay.
That is a pretty odd bullet time bounce. Instead of jumping on the bokoblin as they cannot see us. In this case, the bokoblins can very well see us. And we essentially need to react to that by manipulating them. And that can be a pain because these bokos can screw you over. They can throw barrels, they can throw stones. They can just be a pain to deal with. Now, we are entering Bomb Shrine here. Same strat, clipping into the wall. Getting there with the bullet time bounce. Now, in this case, we get the bombs rune, which is the last rune we get, and this is a big game changer. Since the last time this game has been shown at the GDQ, a major discovery made by Satugashi, Japanese glitch hunter, was found, and it's called, according to him, people have been using different names, but his name is Wind Bomb. And what that allows us to do is use 2 bombs to get speeds that previously we were only able to get from stasis launchers, which take a long time to set up. Wind bombs, super useful. As soon as I get bombs here, I'm going to be doing like 50 of them over the course of the run. So I hope I don't mess up the first one. I'm gonna try my best. First thing that I have to do is I have to do actually a neutral shield jump. That's for some weird glitch in the game where Link can't be launched after a shield clip. And then here we go. Let's try. There we go. Very nice. That's a wind bomb. We couldn't really see the power of it quite yet. We skipped the majority of the shrine there, though. What we are able to do with those is we can fly right now, while we don't have the glider yet, but once we get the glider, they become super powerful. We can do them in the air, on the ground, backflips, front hops, you'll see them all. And in this case, it was our first one. Now, the way wind bombs are done is pretty tricky. You place 2 bombs as you are front hopping in bullet time. It's this intricate trick that is very learnable. There's resources on YouTube.
Made by some streamers.
I don't know. But it's a nice trick. Super useful, and we'll use it a lot from now. The old man is gonna talk to us again here, just for a little bit. And as soon as he's done, he's gonna allow us to meet him at the Temple of Time, where he wants to hand us the paraglider because we are now done with the Great Plateau. One thing before we go there is this DLC chest kind of smiling on us on the left. And the reason we want this chest is actually interesting. So this chest contains the Nintendo Switch shirt. And you may be wondering, why is he getting the Nintendo Switch shirt? For one of the people that we need to recruit for Terrytown, we actually need to wear a shirt. Otherwise, that's the guy in Rito, and he's going to be like, no, you're too cold. You You shouldn't talk to me.
He's a very classy gentleman. Oh.
Very classy gentleman. That's pretty high. A little dangerous here, but I think I'm fine. Doing another wind bomb here immediately. Since we don't have the glider yet, we have to take fall damage, but it's a lot faster than running here. And some of you may remember what are the name of Hylia tree launch we used to do. I'm going to be going for a pretty risky strat. It fails every once in a while, but I'd like to show it. Once again, showing the power of wind bombs. Let's see how this goes. Bam. Looks good. It's another way to get up to the Temple of Time without the glider. Ooh, that was an interesting animation. Without the tree, and a pretty fast one at that. We have a little bit of time here to talk donations because we are just going to be getting the glider. And yeah.
Okay, sounds good. We've actually got a donation here with a question for you, Limcube. It's a $500 donation from Saturn Nuaki that says, question for Limcube. Other than this run, what's your favorite non-normal run for Breath of the Wild?
That's a good question. There's so many.
Yeah, it's such an open game.
It's such an open game. I would need to think about this a bit probably as we get the tower here, because I'm about to, by the way, also thank you for the crazy donation. I'm about to try and do something called a super launch, which I missed because I missed the input, so we'll talk about it later. There's a way to double the speed you can get from the wind bomb by doing something called a super launch. We talk about this on my way back to the Temple of Time, because we'll actually go back after getting the tower here. The only reason we are getting this is because, once again, it allows us to take shrines, activate shrines and use them as war points. The reason we're getting the tower now and not, let's say, in between Magnesis and bombs is because usually if you get this tower during the plateau, the old man shows up and there's a cutscene that plays. But now, since he's gone, the cutscene is gone. So that's a 5-head routing play to avoid that animation. So that's good. Now, runs that I like. Actually, okay, so one thing that's maybe a little bit biased, but that's a thing that I made up. It's called music %. And we had like a little vote, basically, because in my opinion, the soundtrack is criminally underrated. And people voted on the 10 best tracks in the game. And we basically made a route to get those 10 tracks, to get to listen to these 10 tracks as fast as possible. We ended up getting tracks like The Last Memory. So the route ended up being like a 2.5-hour run. But routing in this game is super fun because it's so open after you get the paraglider. You can go anywhere, and wind bombs make that even easier. So once again, getting the tower now, we will skip the old man cutscene afterwards. And I will then make my way back to the Temple of Time. Why? We'll see. But at first, I'm going to try and actually get a super launch, which is not easy. It's a frame-perfect trick. It can be done pretty consistently, but I'm going to be focusing on that first. Hopefully no rain here. It doesn't look like it. Nope, thankfully not. That would have actually messed me up. All right. Here we got the super launch. And essentially you make the game lag by pressing the D-pad button and looking at a laggy area like that forest. When you then open the paraglider on a lag frame, the launch gets sped up, like basically doubled. The launch speed gets doubled. The reason I'm coming...
You want to explain it?
I was just going to say the reason I'm coming back to the Temple of Time here is this bullet time bounce that I'm probably missing, which is unfortunate. It's pretty hard. We are trying to go to the wetland stable now to actually go to our first dog. But yeah, you can explain super launches real quick. I'll try this again.
Yeah, the game is basically we're trying to lower the frame rate of the game, and the game is tracking its frame rate, and when it realizes that your game is going slow, it's going to try to make you go faster to compensate for that, so it doesn't feel like your gameplay is slowed down. But then when you go back to a normal frame rate, you still have that bonus speed, so it's effectively doubling your speed.
Okay, that bullet time was really early, but we got a good angle. So if I manage my stamina right, this should be fine. It's going to be a little tough though. This BTB's intention, bullet time bounce once again, is to go from the Great Plateau to the wetland stable. The dogs tend to be at stables or cities. Most of them are on stables though. And while preparing for this run, like the first time I did this run, which is actually a while back now, I basically had this little incentive with my viewers where we named the dogs. So the dogs all have names for me. And this first dog here is Bob. So maybe Pat can say hi to all of the dogs. This is Bob that we're going to be feeding. But before we get to Bob, I will collect some food. This forest I'm getting to right now is super useful for a food collection, which this run is a minimum resource run. We are not getting any upgrades. So getting food, and I'll show you guys what food, is mandatory. I'm also landing here because there's apple trees, and the food that we'll use to feed the dogs are apples. Those are available very easily, and the dogs will eat them just fine. In this game, this is not a dog food stream. I'm not making any suggestions, but the dogs in this game eat apples. Now, after we get the apples, I'm picking up these hearty radishes, and they are extremely useful. It's just like these, I think, stamella mushrooms, right, Chucky? Endura mushrooms. When you cook an Endura mushroom, you get a food item that not only gives you a little bit of yellow stamina, but it also completely refills your stamina bar. And the good thing about that is that we can basically eat those meals mid-air, and we can refill our stamina as we're flying. Super useful. We'll see that a bunch of times. Next up, though, we are gonna make our way to a little bit of more hearty radishes. And the good thing about those, which I didn't mention yet, is you get a complete refill on your health and some additional yellow hearts, some extra yellow hearts. So that's really nice too. But only if you cook them, and that's what we are about to do here. So this is a great time for donations because we are going to be cooking like 12 meals.
Cool beans. I will read some donations. We have a $200 donation from Sass2535 that says, a limerick. For the treasure, Link couldn't be slow. So he sought out a shield and a bow. But Coblins did cower as he jumped from the tower and flew halfway across the plateau.
That's a good one. I like that.
We have a $1,000 anonymous donation that just says, dog.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh.
Listen, dog is the best reason to donate.
It's true.
We also have $100 from the Troy Lowe family that says, this donation represents the joy you've brought family fun night at our house. Mom, Dad, and a certain 7-year-old getting to stay up past his bedtime for this run all played Breath of the Wild and bonded over it. Now we're honored to support this great cause and Limcube's run. Good luck and much love to the whole GDQ community.
Super cute. And that's what this run is all about.
Cuteness?
Cuteness, wholesomeness, that's what we're doing. But we're trying to do it fast. So far, I'm pretty happy with this. It's actually going pretty fine. Messed up a little bit of stuff, but it's totally fine. Now we're actually done with the cooking process, and we are going to meet Bob. So yeah, this run actually has dogs, and more of them are going to show up more quick after this a little bit of a slow intro, but we had to get the paraglider first. This is Bob. Hi, Bob. And we are going to feed Bob apples. Now, I could just place all 4 apples, which is required. You need to feed them 4 apples down immediately, but that's actually slower because the dog gets quite confused when you put down all of the apples in like a random pattern. But if you place them down one at a time in a line, the dog cooperates with you. Usually, sometimes it's a little annoying, and eats them. Now that's dog number 1, and we are about to see our first dog treasure, and we are going to be getting 16 of those. It's going to be getting a lot quicker later. But that's number 1, and thankfully some of those treasures are actually useful, specifically for our quest to build Terrytown.
So you do have to open them, right?
Yes.
I forgot.
You do have to open the treasure, and you have to actually get the items. So if my inventory was full, I would need to remove something. I have to have them all the dog treasures, or at least have used them. Now that we are done with Bob, we are going to make our way to Luna, dog number 2. And to get there, I'm going to try to do a couple wind bombs. Once again, hopefully showing the power of the super launch. We got it here. For the new eye to this game, it won't be too easy to see if you got a super launch or not. But when you play the game, it is going to be very easy to tell if you got a super launch or not. The speed is just so much higher. Okay, that's not what I want.
You can quote-unquote see the lag.
Yeah, you can literally see the lag, yeah.
Also, I just want to point out one more thing about the cooking. It might be tempting to cook like 5 radishes at the same time to get 20 extra hearts, but that's actually not the best way to do it,
Yeah,
just because of the full refill that you get from just cooking one.
true.
So the most broken food in this game is a single truffle or a single radish.
That is true. I actually ended up eating one of my stamina foods here because I was gonna run out and probably drown in the river. Try to avoid that and make our way to Luna, dog number 2, here at the Woodland stable. So same procedure. Gonna have to feed the dog. Gonna feed them in a line. Another time for donation maybe here, as Luna is having, well, lunch. It's like 3.
Can I first say that Luna is a very good dog name?
I agree.
And second, gonna sneak in a $10 donation from Joey Phillips that says, really enjoying the commentary for all dog treasures. Playing and explaining at the same time must be rough. Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Thank you, though. I still appreciate it. I like doing that, actually. Okay, so Luna is fed, and we will get treasure number 2. And this one, and we have not talked about this yet, is crucial. This dog treasure contains 10 ice arrows. And while we have been doing our BTBs without many worries, those bounces, we can only actually do them on enemies, on red bokoblins, unless an enemy is frozen. Every other enemy needs to be frozen in order to do a bullet time bounce, and we are going to do that right here. I'm not going to be talking too much in this section. This is literally going to be... this is going to be pretty hard. We're going to make it to a pretty high and hot area here. I'm essentially just going to have to focus here. Looks good, I think. Nice. First VTB.
Yeah.
But we are going to be doing 2. And our idea here after the Woodland stable is to get up to Death Mountain and get a shrine in the lava. We actually immediately will then warp away. We get this shrine as a warp point to return back here later because it's going to be a great vantage point. But in order to reach it, we need to do 1 more BTB. And I'll actually take the safety play here and put in a save, which we'll see if that even works. Sometimes the game has a pretty bad time with actually saving the game where you want it to be. But this BTB can be tough. Could be good, actually. I like that. I kind of like that, at least. I don't know when I'll start burning here. This is an angle I actually haven't gotten before. But at some point I will. And I'm probably gonna remove my bow here because I'm afraid that that may burn down. But yeah, all I need to do is activate the shrine here. Like I said, I'll use that as a war point later to get to another area and also to one of the Terrytown recruits. So we just activated as a war point. That's also why we got the tower, and then immediately warp back. And we will get the next dog now. This dog is called ESC Goon, interesting name, which makes no sense to most people. ESC was the trick we talked about earlier, the clip getting into the Cryonis Shrine. But there's a little bit of a controversy between the top runners of this game if this trick is good or not. Most say it's not, because it's pretty inconsistent.
Good.
It's good if you get it first try.
It's
but
not good on
most people
plateau.
are like against it. Okay. Most people are against the one that I use, so there's a controversy. That was a channel point incentive. It's ESC Goon. We should still show the dog some love, I think. But at first I need to make my way there. And the way we do that is by surprise, once again, a wind bomb. I did say I'm going to be using them a lot. I didn't equip my bow back, which meant I wasn't able to go into bullet time, which meant no wind bomb. Nice. Got the super launch again. Super crucial, you get it. Because you see how fast we're going. That's pretty fast, actually.
Yeah.
Making our way over the liner. Yes, that forest is really good at giving us lag. There's another stable here. It's the outskirts stable. And there is our next dog number 3. After this dog, we are going to make our way to Satori Mountain, which is a place in the game that is pretty known. You can find the Lord of the Mountain there. Unintentionally press that quest, but that's fine. The Lord of the Mountain and a shrine. And additionally, that place has tons of food. It has durians, which are super nice because you can basically cook them like you cook the hearty radishes. It has endurance food, but we are out for something different. We are out for a huge grove of apple trees. And not only are we after the apples to actually, whatchamacallit, to feed the dogs, but we are specifically also after wood because we need to build Terrytown. Once again, 90 wood is what we're looking for. I almost just didn't heal, which would have been bad because, as you may have observed, wind bombs do 1 damage every time. And please look at this game. Shoutouts Nintendo, still the prettiest game they've made. Specifically, if we look to the left here, it's just a treat.
Mind if I read a donation while we're admiring the scenery?
Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
We've got a $10 donation from Jordan Tyler that says, "This is my first live GDQ. Super excited to donate to such an awesome cause during my favorite series. An extra $10 if Limcube does his best and most pretentious impersonation of Rivali."
Okay, let me see.
You have to say flat to it.
No, I can't do that. I was going to say, Rivali's scale is now ready. I hope that was fine.
Ah, that was great.
I don't know why that wind bomb didn't work, but here we go. We haven't talked about dead angles yet, which is a pretty like nerdy thing to get into, but hey, that's what we're here for. When you do a wind bomb, and we'll see that here, Link is gonna spawn the square bomb mid-air. The game is coded in a way that when you spawn the square bomb, in the air, it will always face the cardinal directions. So sometimes you need to face a specific angle to not get hit by a flawed part of the bomb, which would then make the wind bomb fail. That's pretty much the most like short description I could say for this. So I'm actually going to be focusing here more than you'd think, because I'm trying to at least somewhat optimize the way I'm getting these apples and trees. So this would be a great time for a couple donations, actually, because we'll be here for probably like 2.5 minutes. This is all most of our farming.
All right, sounds good. We have $250 from Dog. It says, dog.
Okay,
dog.
No meme, anyone?
Yeah, lots of dog.
Yeah.
Appropriately enough, my cat is trying to block my screen. We have a $30 anonymous donation that says, PSA, it is safe for dogs to eat apples, just not the core. Share one with your doggo today.
There we go.
Anonymous approved.
We have $20 from Her Name is Alice that says, wee! Hyrule looks so small when you skip it all. Limcube, best of luck on petting all the puppers. Bark!
Very nice. One thing that I'm essentially trying to do here is I don't actually need to pick up all of the apples. Mostly I'm here for the wood. Once again, this is just a good section for it. If you guys have played the game casually and maybe looked some stuff up, people would suggest you to farm wood at the Rito Village stable. It's outside of Rito Village, big surprise. There's massive wood stacks there where you can basically farm it very quickly. Our only problem is that we actually won't make it there until basically the end of the run.
And there
getting
isn't
there
a
early,
dog there.
Right, there's not a dog there. Not every stable has a dog, and some stables have 2. Some stables have 3, but only 2 of them lead us to a treasure. We'll see it all. So once again, essentially just trying to make it through this forest as quick as possible. Disclaimer, this is not deforestation. If we reload, these trees are back. This is just for the dogs, okay?
Oh, first stick. How many sticks will we get?
Yeah, hopefully not too many. You could already see I got an item box there for picking up a stick. Trying to avoid that in the future. And just keep collecting wood. We are actually getting pretty lucky. 41 here is not too bad. I thought we got luckier because we just picked up a triple stack, and we haven't talked about this. The trees have a random... Basically, the amount of stacks that drop from a tree is random. It could be 1, it could be 2, or it could be 3. So
1 to 3.
Hello? Optimally, it would be 3. Link was very obsessed with that apfel/apple. So yeah, like I said, between 1 and 3, we are at 46 now. I've been getting as much as 55 here, but 57 is fine. Now, after we're done here, Oh, yeah, 47 is fine, of course.
Anything around 50 is pretty good.
Right.
If you're in the low 40s, then you might have a bit of a problem later.
All right, RNG section coming up. We're gonna break this ore, and we got lucky. We got 2 rubies, which is all we need. Which means I can skip another rare ore I was planning to potentially get later. What you get from the rare ore is random. I literally got nothing before, like nothing, not even the flint. That was fun. Sometimes you get 2 diamonds. And like I said, we need 3,000 rupees in this run. A majority of those rupees are gonna come from something different. In that case, oh, I actually missed the super launch there, even though I got lag.
Yeah,
that is
good.
Unfortunate. It's the most of it is going to come directly from the dog treasures. We are going to get stuff like star fragments, which sell for 300 each, and we are going to do a super quick quest where we get an item called the rubber helm, which sells for 600 rupees.
Yes.
So that's where the majority of our rupees will come from.
That's a staple quest for
Yes.
any category that needs money.
Not getting lag there. Basically, every time I do one of those wind bombs, and in this case, I don't even know if I had done a mid-air wind bomb yet. This might have actually been my first one. No, I did one earlier.
We didn't explain it because it was during a donation. But yeah, you can drop the first bomb mid-air and then delay your bullet time a little bit, and it's basically the exact same thing, but you do it in mid-air.
Yeah.
It is a little bit more technical.
Right. Yeah, the timing gets a little bit different.
I think you're better off doing a turn here.
The height can be an issue. Usually I try to get a super launch looking back here, and I miss it again a little bit off with my inputs there. Like I said, you basically induce lag, and then you have to open your paraglider on the first frame after unpausing. You do like a very quick motion from the B or from the plus to the X button.
I think most people do, like, they roll their thumb from B to X.
Yeah.
Or they have 2 fingers. That's what
I'm trying.
Hey, do you guys mind if I pop in with just something real quick?
Perfect. Yes. This is a good time.
We just hit $900,000.
Okay, 1 million. Any 1 millioners.
We are so close. We gotta get this 1 million tonight, guys.
For the dogs, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, for the dogs.
For the dogs. Do it for the dogs.
On that note, a quick $100 donation from Steve-O that says, I would have thought this run would involve more pause buffering. Congrats on yet another great event. Big thanks to all involved, and let's get to 1 million.
Let's do it. Right, we are not completely done with wood farming. You can already see there's a bunch of trees here which we'll use. This was going to be the last wood farming part. But first we'll meet Pepper. And Pepper is dog number 4. After Pepper, we'll get lots of dogs super quickly. For now, we just basically did most of our preparation in order to actually do all of the stuff that we need to do in order to build Terrytown. But yeah, Pepper. Say hi to Pepper, please. Next dog.
Hi, Pepper.
Hi, Pepper. That will feed. And once again, using 4 apples. I will then farm more wood around the stable, so we're done with that. Cook one more time, and then it's just a quick doggo feeding mission.
Tour around Hyrule.
Pretty much. Right, Pepper is satisfied. And this is actually something we didn't really talk about yet, but the treasure chest does not just exist there. It only exists literally when the dog has been fed 4 times. So it is, we couldn't just like get the chest. Here's a good example, 300 rupees from the chest. So we'll use that towards our incentive to build a house. And not incentive, like actually literally need to build a house.
We could probably do some donations again. This is more of the same stuff.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Chopping wood is the most exciting part of this run.
Exactly.
Right.
We all know that.
We have a $50 donation from Doplex that says, wait for it, cat.
Cat.
Blasphemous.
Magoo.
Thank you.
We have a $500 donation from Neat that says, take this money and buy some apples for those lovely dogs.
That's a lot of apples. With $500.
$500 would buy you many apples.
It's true. Thank you very much, by the way. We have time for one more if you have one. Maybe even 2.
Yeah, I think 2.
Of course we have them. We have $25 from Crediard that says, what's up, dog? And we have $25 from Toasty that says, or doggos without borders.
Lovely. So I'm on 73 wood here right now. We are going to be wrapping up soon. My goal is 82.
Wait, where do you get more?
I get a stack. The next stable has a stack of 6, and the Dueling Peak the Dueling Peak stable has a stack of 2, which I can get. And like I said, we need 90 overall. We can also get some backup wood later, but we are almost done. 77, like I said, 82 is our goal here. I'm going to be cutting down these trees, and then we're going to be moving on. One thing that I actually didn't pay much attention on, which is super dangerous, is my health. Because if you get hit by a bomb here, you will die unless you have 3 hearts or more, which I do. Which is good. Oh god, Pepper, be careful, my god. Okay, one more, and then we can move on. Okay, of course we get 3 wood stacks from that, but that's fine. I will also pick up the soldier's bow and soldier's shield here, and then make my way to this cooking pot to cook the last meals that we will cook throughout the run. Like I said, the rest is just going to be quick flying. So yeah, if you have 1 or 2 more donations, this is the time.
Absolutely. We got $300 from Pokemon Master that says, Breath of the Wild was the first game I played with my family's rescue dog, Mingo. He had to be put down recently. I'm making this donation in his memory and giving $100 for each of the 3 years I spent with him. That's just lovely. We also have a $500 donation from Jamie that says, say hi to the next dog from me.
All right.
We will do. Okay, Jamie is saying hi to the next dog, which is actually Odin. Pretty cool name. And they are at the Snowfield stable, which is basically like up there.
Right next door, yeah.
But at first we gotta get there. And once again, we will use our arsenal of movement techniques to get there. And starting off with a wind bomb to get to the Merita Exchange ruins. Yes, I do know most of these locations. And there is gonna be a moblin walking to us straight away. I'm basically waiting for him to walk up to me now, for him to be in a specific spot, to then hopefully perform a BTB. That is maybe okay? No. I mean, it is okay. It's just not the best angle I could have gotten. We are basically... The stable is over there. I'm a little bit far left, which is fine. Thankfully, we have wind bombs.
A super, probably.
Disposal. Yeah, that was a pretty slow base launch, but I did get the super. And this shows how crazy the backup opportunities are in this game. My stamina was about to run out, but I was able to eat one of those stamina refill meals and then do a mid-air wind bomb to save a failed BTB, change the angle, and then still go towards the stable with quite a bit of speed. I am getting slowed down here a lot. I don't know if there's like headwind, potentially. Like I said, this is not the route I would normally want to take. BTB was a little off, but it's fine. So this is Odin. Hi, Odin. Hi from Jamie, by the way. And Odin is hungry. So we are gonna feed them 4 apples once again in a
While
line.
Odin's having his snack, can I read a donation?
Absolutely, this is the perfect time.
We have a $400 anonymous donation that says, that was some impressive farming. Looks like you got a lot of bark.
How many?
Thank you so much.
Keep the bad puns coming. I
Yeah.
live for them.
I didn't
Very
expect
classic
this
every
many.
time. Classic every time. Odin is fat, and he will leave us a chest with, I think, a star fragment here, which this is super nice because that sells for 300 rupees. And I will make my way to another dog. Now, this dog here is not going to lead us to a treasure chest, which sadly means we don't have time to feed them. I know that's pretty cruel, but we are going fast and we are only doing equal transactions here. Apples equals treasure, or we don't have time. Okay, that's pretty mean, but essentially that's how it works in this run. This is Q-Bird, named after me, I'm pretty sure, by one of my viewers. Nice. Hi, Q-Bird. And
You only gave 3.
No. He also gets 4.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is actually sometimes you have this interaction with the dog. Since you cannot pet them, you still have an interaction with dogs sometimes where if you get close to them, they interact with you for a little bit and then they have this heart animation. which counts as basically 1 heart. So you only have to feed them 3 apples when you get that, which is luck-based. And slower, because that takes longer than just feeding them. But this is the next dog, and we get a lance from this, which we just now warp away from here. We are done. There were 2 dogs at the stable. And I think, if I did the math, we are at 6 now. 6 out of 16. The next, basically, branch is going to be pretty long. We are going to be getting lots of dogs here.
Does that mean I have time to read a donation?
Yes, 1 would fit in. We are going to be doing a pretty cool BTB in a bit, but 1 we can easily do.
Okay, then real quick, we got $50 from Clizix that says, all these dogs and trees. Thankfully, this run is all bark and no bite.
Okay. Not
That's
bad.
the same pun. We just heard that pun. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
I thought it was thematically related.
Very much so. Now, my plan is to get a super launch here. That's pretty important. We got it. Very nice. To make my way to this island in Lake Hylia. And then we are going to do, hopefully, because they can be quite tough, our first Lizalfos BTB. Lizalfos are, in my opinion, the most annoying enemies to fight in the game by far. They constantly kite around. They literally spit at you. They're not fun. But if you do it right, you can get great speed from them. And that's what we're going to try with this guy. We're going to walk up and wait until he notices us. Shoot him with an ice arrow. Build a Cryonis block. Aim towards his tail. And that may have been too late. We'll see. Yes. But I think we get to try 1 more time. Before he unfreezes. That should be good. Bam.
Yep.
Very nice. That's the angle I was looking for. We can see the highland stable in the distance. One big difference actually between BTBs, because you may ask, why do you not just only do wind bombs? They seem super quick. The biggest difference is when we... I'm actually going to have to eat stamina food. When we put away the glider, we still get to keep our speed, which is pretty crucial. We can go way further distances with less stamina using BTBs compared to wind bombs, because if we were to put away our glider during a wind bomb, we would just fall.
Also, I think that BTB just shows how ridiculous some of our setups are.
Yeah, that's true.
That is completely ridiculous, even for our standards.
Okay.
The wind is...
Yeah, we got lucky actually that the wind didn't mess us up too bad. This is Boop, is what this dog is called, and they are eating apples as well. And like Chucky said, the wind can actually be a big issue because it can blow the apples away, and then the dog gets super confused and takes a long time to eat. So that is great that the wind didn't mess us up. We are probably going to have to deal with the wind more, and also sheep. Wait for sheep later, that won't be fun. Now, after this dog is satisfied, we are going to make our way to Farron.
Oh,
Farron.
Chat's asking what this dog's name is.
Boop is the name of the dog, like I just said. Just B-O-O-P. Very creative one.
Are you skipping this or?
Yes, that's what I'm trying, which is why I did a mid-air wind bomb there. Unintentionally landed on the ground, and I need to be careful because there is Lizalfos around me. And then I'm going to make my way into Farron. Farron is the jungle area. And once again, a super launch here is mandatory to get there all the way. So I'm going to have to focus on that real quick. And the wind bomb. And then getting it. Very nice. We are then going to land on the stable's roof to pick up an axe, which is part of a side quest. This stable's owner is essentially worried that the stable keeps getting hit by lightning and they don't know why. The reason that this is because...
I'm going to cut you off because you have to show off the incredibly cool movement.
Oh, the incredibly cool movement. Yeah, we usually get the axe here and we just backflip down. Bum. Pretty cool.
Okay.
That is pretty cool. But the stable owner is worried about the stable getting hit by lightning all the time. And the reason for this is the axe. She gives us the rubber helm for it, which, like I said, sells for 600. And this dog is called Cat. Literally Cat. So that's great. And we are going to feed them. But this is a good time for a donation again.
All right, we have a $25 donation from Aioli that says, longtime watcher, first time donation. I will donate another $50 if you give Link pants.
Can I do that? We will see. But For $50, we can maybe run into the shop real quick.
Those are some
Yeah.
pricey pants.
Those are pricey. I want to say this run is pretty good, so maybe it's maybe we shouldn't do that, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll try.
We'll see.
At first we feed Cat, and then we'll see.
I don't even know if we have money.
Yeah, right. The money should be pretty.
I don't know how much
we'll
the
see.
pants cost.
Well, the challenge has been sent. We'll see how it
Yeah.
goes.
I think it's like 100.
Yeah, we'll see.
So-
If I'm having issues getting to Atheno, we might as well get it, because right now the run is actually really good. But yeah, after Cat, we make our way to Trico, which happens to be my favorite dog. So can I get some hearts for Trico, please?
That's not the Pokemon, by the way.
It is not. And we will make our way there. Trico is in Lurline, and Lurline is a village in the game, so it's not going to be at a stable. But Lurline is a little bit far away, and this next wind bomb is pretty tight. Let's see if we can get it. Not good, not good. Gonna go for a setup here again. We can actually read a donation because we've seen super launches now, and I'm just gonna focus on getting it right, where we can maybe read one.
All right, we did just get a $1,000 donation from
Okay.
Mince that says, "Is there no item dupe for the wood?"
Unfortunately not. That would be
No.
huge. We
We
actually
can
have
dupe the
weapon
Great Eagle
duping.
Bow. We can dupe the Great Eagle Bow, but we can't dupe the wood.
Yeah, it's so sad. We can dupe like the most powerful weapons in the game, and I wish there was like duplication there, but there isn't. We got a great super launch here. This might actually make it all the way to Trico if I'm high enough, but maybe not. I might have to do one extra. Yeah, probably one extra one.
We're gonna have to
That's
ask Luke. You need to commission
Not so
him
bad.
to start finding wood duping.
Yeah, actually, I do want to give a shout out to Legend of Link, Legend of Link, otherwise known as Luke, who is probably at least one of the most dedicated glitch hunters of this game, and he's helped me a lot with multiple categories. He's awesome. I'm gonna give some more shout outs for the run later, but that one for sure. Now, please say hi to Trico again. He is my baby, and he's right here. He just hasn't loaded in
Needs
yet.
to load it up. Needs to load in. Rico.
Okay. There we go. Which should be dog number 9. I lost track. I usually lose track. So it was
Island
6,
is 7.
7, 8, 9. Yeah, this is number 9.
Yeah, 9.
How about another donation?
This is a good time.
We have a $50 donation from Colin that says, "I don't have a dog pun. Please forgive me."
Okay. The pun game is strong. We're used to it.
Classic
Up the
GDQ.
strong work.
Yeah, we have another $50 donation from Mr. Loopy that says, "Donating for the dogters out there."
Nice. All right, this is Trico's treasure, and I'm pretty sure it's another star fragment. Like I said, we'll get 2 of those, and that's 600 in our pockets. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Now, this next section is going to decide if I get pants or not, because it's probably one of the hardest. This next bullet time bounce I'm about to do. But first, I gotta get there, and that can already be hard enough.
Oh, you can also get pants in Town.
Right, but I think the Athena ones are the best if we manage to get the right amount of money. We'll see. I'm gonna have to focus on this next BTV. I want to kill this guy first because he's gonna mess me up. Wait for him to despawn and then save. And the idea is that this bullet time bounce takes us from Lurline, or from the back end of Lurline, to Hateno. Our next dog is in Hateno at a farm called Bruna. So we'll be on our way to them.
We use this cam quite a lot.
This looks good, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, we actually got the perfect angle first try. That's amazing. That's super rare. And that is if we... Yeah, okay.
That's a heck of a yeet.
That's a good one.
I think the pants will have to
lucky.
wait.
The pants may have to wait, because this run...
right.
Currently, my PB is like 10 seconds away from the record, and this run is maybe like a minute and a half behind, but there's like... It's actually possible. That's just what I'm saying. No, not too much hype now. It's just possible is what I'm saying, okay?
I think I speak for everyone I say that pants can wait.
Yes. Now, Bruna takes some time to load in, and additionally, I beg you to all close your eyes here for a second. This is a wholesome run, but if we want to be fast, we need to do something that we may just have to ignore. But this sheep would, if we were not careful, steal Bruna's apples and slow us down a lot. So we're doing this for the sake of the dogs, the sake of time. But that's a tanky sheep. They're fine.
They have like the wool to protect themselves.
True. Now, one thing that I may encounter here, it's actually interesting. We'll see if that happens or not. With this route, getting to Hateno village from Lurline sometimes causes the game to freak out. Because right now, and this is our understanding, the bokoblin that we bounced off is actually still loaded. And that freaks out the game a bit. So when we get to the house section, when we want to buy the house, we might get a blood moon, which makes no sense because it's going to be like 4 p.m. But it may happen, and that's called a panic blood moon, where the game freaks out and tries to clear the memory. We'll see if we encounter that or not. Hopefully not, because it's slow. But after Bruna's treasure, we wind bomb our way to the shop. We got a super launch here. You can see the speed up every time. Very nice. We are making our way to the general store. And the general store is where we sell our resources in order to buy the house. So I'm going to be focusing on that. This is actually a good time for donations too.
Sounds great to me. We have a $25 anonymous donation that says, you can tell if you do the super jump correctly because the wind will be howling.
It is true.
More dog puns, more dog puns.
We love them.
We have $100 from Dexter NZ that says, for dogters without bowders. That one was a little bit of a stretch,
yeah,
but...
that's a stretch.
Okay, so far no panic
no
blood moon.
Yeah, no blood moon.
No,
Pause
not
track.
yet. Not yet. Sometimes it happens after we talk to Landa here, which is not usually Landa in the English version. These guys have a corporation where they build and construct buildings. And they, for some reason, only work together with people that have like a certain name ending. Usually this guy is called Hudson, and the guy we are gonna talk to... No, sorry, Hudson is the guy with the interesting
Building
haircut.
Tower Town.
And Bolson is the guy that we are gonna talk to here to buy the house. And in this game they're called different. They have like a DA ending instead. They have a Sun ending in the English version. But yeah, we'll talk to Landa, aka Bolson first, to give him 30 pieces of wood and the 3,000 rupees that we just acquired throughout the run. And then we talk to Hudson, aka, I actually don't know.
We'll see.
Doomstar, great. To start the Terrytown quest.
Yeah, but apparently in Japanese, they also end in da.
Yeah, I've heard
So,
actually before that the German localization is closer to the Japanese version.
We might have to ask some, either the Japanese viewers or...
Yeah,
some of
shoutouts
our,
to
fellow
the
runners.
Japanese restream. And every restream, actually. Great work.
Go check out GDQ in your native language right now.
All right, what just happened? Was there like a rupee that flew out of there? I didn't see. But we are trying to do a very fast super launch to the Dueling Peak stable. And now, fun fact. The Dueling Peak stable has a dog that we have to feed. Another fun fact, this dog, and this is actually really sad. Ah, no, I missed the super launch. It's fine, we'll do another wind
The
bomb.
overruled.
Yeah, oh wait, we got it? What? That's
Did you get it?
weird.
You got it off the overworld lag, I think.
Yeah.
Which is possible technically.
Yeah, I guess I got lucky and randomly opened my glider on a leg frame, but that's nice. But I'm not sure actually. No, I think I got it. I'm just low because I
No, you
opened the
are
glider late.
fast. You are fast.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
There's
just
a lot
late.
of loads here because for some reason this tower makes the game really busy.
All right, back to Dueling Peak Stable.
Back to Dueling Peak Stable. Dueling Peak Stable has a dog, which is supposed to be fed. Now, the saddest part about this dog was actually forgotten for a long time. Originally, the first run of this was done by Reikyu, and they did the first route of it. This was a run that was made up by the community in the Discord, essentially, because they thought it was a fun idea. And for the longest time, only 15 dogs were fed. And this dog was forgotten. It's sad. This dog is Jess, by the way. And... yeah, the dog was just forgotten until Birdo, shoutouts to Birdo, pillar of the Breath of the Wild community as well, found out that this dog leads us to a treasure chest. So now we're feeding them, obviously. So everybody gets treated fairly. Another time for donation here as we wait for Jess to eat. If we have one.
Oh, sorry, my little bit of lag, but I'm doing fine. We got $50 from David and Heidi that says $50 for no pants and saving frames. I think we're starting a fight. I think we're starting a donation fight.
Let's do it.
Come on, give more money for pants.
Sudden incentive.
Sudden incentive. Does Lim buy pants?
I don't think we have money for pants now, unfortunately.
Yeah, it might be low, but we could somehow make it work. We just got 100 here with another dog treasure.
That's why we.
Trousers are
I was
quite
gonna say that's why we
expensive.
wait till after we're done with the run and then we go get the pants.
I guess we could warp back to Hateno, but that would take a long time. We don't want to.
We'll see. I'm firstly going to be focusing on the run. This is a really good one, like I said. So that is really the priority. But that being said, this is probably the section I was scared of the most, starting off the run, because we are warping back to the shrine. Maybe you remember that we got very early on. And from here, we are going to catch on fire. And we're going to be utilizing a technique called Flame Cancel. With a spin attack, we can actually make it so that Link is no longer on fire. And then we'll try to do a wind bomb here, which it worked. I'm very glad about that. We're going to have to do 3 more wind bombs in this very hot region, which I'm scared of, because they can be a big time loss if they fail. Also, putting the bow there real quick to make basically extinguish it is good too.
Yeah.
And then we are on our way to one of the most creative dog names, also known as Nerf Akali. you see, the chat is very creative with those. That was really bad, actually.
Yeah, that was really bad.
I got a super slow base launch and also no super launch. So I'm going to have to do multiple mid-air wind bombs here.
I have no clue how you're going to get there.
The mid-airs here are thankfully nice for some reason. That angle allows us to do them. But we are going to have to refill our stamina a bit. I don't really know where to get lag. Maybe from the Akala tower. Because I'm probably going to have to do one more.
Time for another donation while we keep flying.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
We got another $50 from P Wolf that says, no pants, no problem. Here's $50 to make up for the pants challenge. It seems we've got a lot of people in chat on Team No Pants.
Nice. All right, we yeah, you can go actually.
Okay, we have another $50
Just don't look,
donation from Belgian Blue that says, hope this donation scratches your itch for now. Breath of the Wild is such a treat to watch.
Nerf Akali, come on. Get up.
Yeah, that was good in a way, because at least we got, like I said, that little, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
the sheep can be a big problem.
Welcome to Dog
Because-
Percent, everyone.
Yeah, for some reason the sheep, while they don't eat the apple, they can claim it. So it's the sheep's plan to eat the apple, and at that moment the apple is like invalid for the dog. It's no longer going to try to go after it, but it's fine. We still did it relatively quick, so I will take that. And nice. That's Nerf Akali. And I think there's a Knight's Claymore here, which is a powerful weapon, but we won't do much fighting.
The
it's
broadsword,
kind of
I think?
Yeah,
It's a Claymore. Claymore,
It's,
I didn't know
it's
that.
just a little companion. Like I said, we need to get those treasures. Next up is
Food.
another super launch. Yes, thank you for the reminder. That was actually not the right item to eat, but it's fine. Hopefully another super launch. Looking back at the stable, didn't get it, but this still easily makes it. Because now we are actually entering Terrytown. And
That stable was
Hudson,
pretty laggy normally.
yeah. And Hudson has now made his way to Terrytown. He is here to, with big plans, wanting to build a whole city. He currently has one house, so he's trying, but he's not quite there yet. And he needs resources, and that's why we did all of the wood farming. So we'll start by giving him 10 pieces of wood. And then he wants us to find a new companion, a recruit, somebody that's muscular and strong to help him build. And he thinks of a Goron in the southern mines. The good thing is that shrine that we activated earlier to make our way here is also pretty close to that Goron. That Goron is only there at night. He basically starts taking a break at 9 p.m., which is literally now. So this route works out great in terms of the timing that you get there just in time. But before we go back to the shrine and then to the southern mines, we are going to be activating a shrine up there on the hill, which is now going to basically be our war point, because we are going to backtrack quite a bit to Terrytown throughout this run. Not forgetting to eat, hopefully. And this wind bomb could be a little tough because my bomb looked weird, but we still got it. And then we're activating the Da Heisho shrine. At some point I knew all of these names because of the all shrine speedruns, but this one I still know. It's different in German, actually. The shrines have different names in each language, which is interesting. And then we are making our way to Elden. And here I'm really going to focus. We can read the donation if you want, because this section is awful. We constantly have to do flame cancels and try to not burn alive. I'll try my best. So if you have any donations, this would be good.
We definitely do. I've got a $250 donation from Probably Being Sarcastic that says, "And all dog treasures run in German language? Sounds wunderbar." Shout out to anyone that understood that pun. I understood it. We also have a $100 anonymous donation that says, "Loving this dog percent run, hashtag pants if possible." So it looks like the No Pants crew is winning at this point.
Are we keeping track?
I mean, as far as I can see, there's just a lot of $50 donations coming in for No Pants, so.
All right.
Okay. Whew, thankfully I still got that. I failed the first wind bomb. I still need to eat here because I'm running low on health. If my bow burns down, it's not a big deal because I do have a reserve one. But this is in German. His name is Grada, and they want to, once again, the A ending, so they want to work in Terrytown. We made it here on a cycle, so he's currently taking his break, and I think he's taking his son as well. Let me see what the German name for that one is. Pupunda. Interesting. And they are going to be on their way to Terrytown. So that's why we actually got that shrine early. It's a huge, it's a nice vantage point between Akala, where we just were, and Terrytown, and the volcano and this guy. And I want to give a shout out there as well to Even Tides, who helped me with some routing towards the closer end to the preparation of the run. I don't think they've done runs yet, but they seem to be very into routing. They seem to be very clever. Shout out to them. And now that we got Grada as our recruit, we are going to go back to Terrytown, get our next part of the quest, which is going to be, I think in the English version it's Rodson, which is a Gerudo Vai at the Karakara Bazaar. We are making a stop in Terrytown again, talking to Hudson, get the quest. And then while we are already at it and we are going in this direction, you can see that stable and shrine at the background. This is where Proto is, our next dog. At the Akala stable. I think it's called the East Akala stable. But yeah, first we talk to Hudson. And we have time for another donation because we talked to him twice and then we wind bomb our way there. Any donations?
Oh yeah, we got tons. We got $20 from Jess the Forgotten Pupper that says, "I'm so glad you remembered to feed me. Also, so glad you bought your house. Now you'll have a woof over your head."
Thank you.
Truly beautiful.
Okay, one interesting thing with this this wind bomb, and it might not work, but we'll try. Okay, it didn't. Actually, it didn't.
No.
It looks quite fast, but it wasn't. The reason I went into the VR mode there, which is actually patched in the 1.6 version of the game, the newest version, which came out, I think, May last year. This is currently still the newest version. Going into VR mode renders the game twice, so we can actually cheat a bit by getting more lag than we would usually get, which can help us to get super launches in places we otherwise couldn't. I need to be careful because these guys can actually one-shot me, so I need to be careful. They threw a rock, but we're fine. And up here at the stable is where Proto is. So let's try and feed him. photo. Time for another donation here.
Sounds great to me. We got a $50 donation from Ghost Dunk that says, if we have to have GDQ online, no one should have to wear pants. Not even Link.
True.
And we
One
have another
photo.
$50 from Dan that says $50 to get pants, but not put them on.
Ooh.
That's
an interesting
that's a pretty powerful request.
Okay, we got screwed over there a bit, and we're still getting screwed over by the wind. Also, this guy, I'm actually gonna have to stop him here by aiming at him. Keeps running in the doggo's way, and Proto will then stop eating the apples in time. So that wasn't nice, but still good. Let me see. One thing, actually, you can see the dog kind of like striding once they've eaten 4 apples. That's also why I'm waiting a little bit when I'm done feeding them, because otherwise the chest wouldn't have spawned. Okay, we got the dog number 13, and we are now making our way back to the Great Plateau. Now, this is interesting. We want it to not rain here. This is one of those parts where rain RNG is important, because we are going to be doing a very intense, like tricky bullet time bounce that I may fail a bit. Thankfully, this run is still going very good, so I have some like a little bit
Do
of
you
buffer.
have a flint for backup?
I do, but it doesn't work because the bocos don't sleep when you wait until night and don't until morning. They only go to bed at like 11, so we'd need to wait quite a bit.
Okay.
Let's just hope it doesn't rain. Okay.
Womp, womp, womp.
It just happens. It just happens. Okay, I guess we have to improvise a bit. Yeah. So yeah, the problem is this bokoblin camp does not interact with me when it's raining. They don't hear my arrow shots, so I can't do my BTV setup. This is sad because I think there was a slither of a chance to still get world record this run. This might have just killed it. What I could try is I could just try to do like a random setup, which sometimes actually works for this BTV. And if it doesn't, I'll just keep going with wind bombs. It would be hype if we did get it.
You can probably YOLO it to the start of the canyon, like the AD area.
Yeah. So we just whistle. And the problem with these guys is as well, they're currently not loaded in, is that they die if I shoot them with an ice arrow. So what I have to do is I have to hit them with the AoE portion of the ice arrow like this, and then still get the BTB. That's not good.
That's not good.
We can probably try it again one time. As long as these are frozen. Unless he pushes him? Okay, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, that's sad. That's probably the biggest part of RNG. Okay, it's not gonna work. That's sad, because this one was going well. But sometimes RNG gets the better of us, and we are just gonna move on and use wind bombs instead. The BTB is a lot faster. But wind bombs work too. It's also very late at night here, which sometimes, in my experience, makes getting super launches a bit trickier.
And
But yeah, we have to
snowing.
basically chain a bunch of those wind bombs now.
The snow isn't helping either.
True. So any donations here definitely appreciated, because we'll be in the air for a bit. So if any donations are there, this is the time.
Oh yeah. We got $30 from Wally Kane that says, the dog percent run already gets 16 pants. One from each doggo. Also want to take this time to remind you guys that we are a little over $90,000 out of 120 for that Pump It Up run. So donations look like they're slowing down for that. So why aren't we donating for it? Get them in right now, folks.
We gotta
Big-
pump up
big
those
true.
donations.
Pump it up right there.
I get it.
Chucky is learning. He's transforming with all of the donation.
Too many.
help.
There's been too many.
He's evolving.
Yeah. There's been too many.
Nice.
I've started as well. This tree looks nice.
It's great.
Let's cut it down.
Sadly, behind me there was a Stahl Moblin spawn, I'm pretty sure, so I'm kind of scared, but maybe they leave me alone. Stahl Moblins spawn at night. Those are the... oh, there they are.
Oh.
Just
You're
leave me alone,
fine.
dude.
Yeah, you're
Thanks.
fine.
Right, okay, we're going to Fiffian now. The next dog number 14. And they are here at the Gerudo Canyon stable. And this is another section where wind can actually kind of screw us over. So let's see if we get any wind. Hopefully not. So far, doesn't look like it, which is nice. So the apples will actually be cooperating with us and not randomly rolling around. That's really sad. That's Rain RNG, because this run had some good potential, but it's still a good run. I'm so far very happy. We need to feed 2 more dogs as we are coming closer to
probably
the
the longer dogs, though.
This next one is fast, because we just have to get to Karakara Bazaar, where we talk to one of the Terrytown recruits. And the last one is the one at Terrytown, which we need to do some work before he actually even appears, which I talk about once we get there. But the chest here for Vivian is an ice arrow chest, 10 ice arrows.
Oh.
Which is pretty nice.
Wait, I thought that was the Karakara Bazaar one. What does that one give?
A knight's bow. Is what the Karakara Bazaar ones give. And now this is interesting. You guys get to hear German Zelda. Some people are big fans. Because we have not talked to Impa. And this is something many casual players probably will not encounter, because the game very heavily pushes you towards going to Impa in the beginning of the game. But if you don't, and go to a Divine Beast anyway, Zelda will actually give you a little bit of an introduction after you encounter the first one. And that will happen here. So this is Vana Boris, and we'll skip the cutscene for Vana Boris. But then Zelda's going to give us the introduction so we can listen to her. And then we'll feed Give VIP. The names are getting really creative now. You can see people were running out of these. No, but this is dog number 15, and this is German Zelda. Link.
Link.
More donations while we're feeding more dog?
Very much so, yeah.
Okay, well, we got a $1,000 donation from Bobcat that says, "We demand pants."
Well, I guess Pants is winning now.
1,000. Where am I going to get pants?
But we also got a $500 donation from Small Ant that said, "No pants."
Okay.
Great job on the run, Lim.
Okay, Small Ant.
Hello, Small Ant.
That's close. Yeah, I'm gonna have to decide until last minute. If somebody at this point, I don't know if we've been keeping track, but I need to get somebody needs to really sell me here.
Oh, we need some hard convincing for these pants.
Yeah, we still have 6 minutes left or something, so somebody needs to absolutely convince me.
We have a great $50 donation from some kinda that says, "Everyone's talking about pants or no pants, but what poor Link really needs is a decent pair of shoes. Kicking all those chests open must really hurt."
This is true, actually. I think
Well,
there's
actually,
an
if he
animation
gets
for this.
pants, he doesn't kick the chest anymore. That's an animation that's unique to him not having leg armor. So therefore, it's actually the same thing.
All right. So we are talking to Rodney or Powder. Powder, who is the knitting slash cotton person and sewing, and she does all of the
She gets a bit lost,
clothing. She does the clothing.
Lost.
Yeah.
She's a bit lost. She's not really going the right way.
And then Give VIP is going to lead us to this treasure, which is a knight's bow. And then we'll make our way back to Terrytown, which I should have enough wood. I should have probably double checked, but I can still potentially get some. Now, if we even if we got pants, I'm trying to figure out where it would be best to get them. We couldn't even walk back towards,
It would have to be Terrytown.
Where do you even get pants there?
The pants tech has become.
They sell Desert Vo. Ronson sells the Desert Vo set, but I don't know how much
are they? Okay, we'll see.
Maybe like 560, I would guess.
Yeah, we'll see how the run goes. Maybe we'll just get them afterwards to please everyone. Because when we're already there, might as well do Link a favor, you know? As we are basically going to the outro.
But first we gotta...
Let's go back to the run. We now still have to get one Rito, aka one recruit. He's in Rito Village. His name is Bison originally. And like I said, that's the guy that usually does not talk to us if we don't wear a shirt. We have the shirt now, so he's going to talk to us. Hopefully I have 30 wood bundles. I don't. Oh my god, it's okay. I have 29. I guess I miscalculated a little bit. I thought we were fine, but thankfully there's a tree here.
There's 4 trees here, I think, in total.
Yeah. There's a dog there which actually doesn't lead us to a treasure. The one... I'll show you guys the one once we get there, but this one does not. Okay, now we have the quest to talk to Faison, and this is going to be a pretty intense bullet time bounce to get there. It's one of my favorites as well because it's set up pretty easily. If we have a donation right now, it would be a good time because we load and then we wind bomb there and then we set it up. Time for one right now.
Okay, then real quick, we've got a $125 donation from Swaffle that says, I'm lucky to be able to work from home during this pandemic, but I've been so busy, I haven't caught as many runs as I would like. Great job to all the runners and keep it going. Let's get more donations for that bonus Pump It Up run. Dancing games are impressive and awesome and close to my heart.
Very true. We got lucky again, I didn't talk about this yet. There can be rain here as well, just like on Plateau earlier, which would have actually made the setup a lot harder. Without rain, we have a little bit more luck. We're gonna wait for this moblin to come close to this wall. Yeah. Oh, okay. I have no idea what just happened, but we'll just rely on luck because moblins tend to be pretty good for BTBs, so maybe that actually may work. I'm a little low. Okay, this will be interesting. Nah.
You might fly straight into the cliff.
I do the shield spin.
Okay.
Never mind. Never mind. Okay, too bad. It's actually faster now to do a wind bump instead. That was not what was supposed to happen. The moblin kind of somehow hurt us. Usually pulling the bow should have not make him hear us, but maybe it did. That's fine. The intention was to go all the way to Rito Village. I instead used the wind bombs, which are great backups. That was a weird way Link just tried to place that bomb. Nope. Not a great backup.
Might need a mid-air, or maybe two even.
And it's raining too. Thankfully, we still have some backup food. We could try something crazy.
BTB off.
Something I've done before.
Let's do it. Oh, is this a close count?
Yeah, one thing I've done before with this, and I just try it, you know, because why not? Probably not gonna work, but would be fun if it did.
Oh, I know what I do. Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Basically trying to build like my own setup there. Maybe only a one-off, but we'll make our way to Rito Village.
I don't want to think about any BTB setup that involves like putting boxes on top of each other, like the old one out of Carmel.
Okay, we're suffering here a little bit. Wind bomb's not really working. This is the last chance maybe as well to sell me on buying pants because we are almost done. We are gonna make our way to Rito Village here, talk to Feis, and then feed the last dog. So if we have any donations, this is probably the last chance mid-run.
We got a couple pretty good ones. We have $50 from Link's Pants that says, why wouldn't you want to wear me? Come on, put me on. You know you want to. Okay. And we've got $100 from MadWolf1290 that says, honey, where are my pants?
Nice.
Those are some good arguments.
Good arguments. I think my solution to basically please everyone is to get pants while I do the outro, while we talk, because we are going to get them in Territon anyway, and instead go for another wholesome strat that people will like to see, because it's the true ending of this run, which is slightly slower, but it is the double feed, like Chucky is saying here. There's two dogs in Terrytown, and one of them leads us to a treasure, the one with the dark fur, and the one with the brown fur does not. So the fast strat for speedruns is to actually hit the brown dog, so the one with the dark fur is essentially on his own and can eat all of the 4 apples. We're going to feed them both, we're going to be wholesome, and then we get pants when the run is over.
All right, we're approaching the end here. Our final Williamson.
Yeah, last donation maybe here, because we are about to feed the last dog here.
Well, we actually got 2 pretty big donations just now.
Okay.
The first donation is $1,234.50 from Fred that says, no pants, please. Link needs comfort.
Jeez.
And we also got a $1,600 donation from Grim that says $100 for every dog, and none of them wear pants. Hashtag no pants life.
Okay, well, I think we won't get pants today.
Yeah.
That's definitely the selling point.
I think it sold it.
I think No Pants has officially won.
Absolutely agree. Okay, we are going to be feeding both dogs here, Natalie and unnamed dog with brown fur, because they don't lead us to a treasure. And yeah, they will take turns here, which is why this is slow. But this is the wholesome ending to the run. This is the no hit, make every dog happy ending. And that's going to wrap it up as soon as this dog is done with the eating. We'll get the last chest number 16, and this is looking to be a sub 130, which I'm pretty happy with. So this run went pretty well. Once again, taking turns. It's just the wholesome ending. So this should be the last apple here. Okay, we're taking a little extra round. Being sassy today.
And what's the sassy dog's name?
Natalie, or Nat to meme, but Natalie essentially.
And what about the other one?
We don't have a name for them yet, but this is gonna be the end of the run here as we pick up the last chest. I actually don't even know what this contains. And
arrows.
This is gonna be time coming up here. Time. Sorry, that was actually pretty bad announcing, but this is time. The last dog chest is opened. I think it was like a 128 or something. Not too bad.
Not bad.
In my mind, around 4 minutes of the record of my PB. I want to give a couple shout outs. The outro is supposed to be quite quick here. I want to shout out once again the people who have already shouted out. Even Tights, Birdo for like developments in the run. Shout out to Chucky for commentating. Vivox for having the world record and being a great player at this game. And also actually to shout outs at Smaller who donated and Point Crow for popularizing the category more. And obviously huge shout out to the entire Breath of the Wild community. You guys should join their Discord through the speedrun.com resource tab. Great resources available. Little plug for myself, I have a tutorial series for this game. If you want to check that out on YouTube, if you want to get into the speed game, hungry for more. And I stream this game on Twitch as well every day. And that's it from me. I don't know, Chucky, if you still have something to say.
That's it.
That would be it. That's Dog Percent Breath of the Wild. A crazy game for speedrunning. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you, GDQ, for the opportunity. And yeah, that's us.
Man, what a good run. Love seeing some good doggos any time of day. Well, thanks to Lim for such an awesome dog percent run. That was a ton of fun. I loved seeing all the good doggos and hanging out with you, chat. You guys have been the best. We are still climbing our way towards that next incentive, that bonus game, number 5, pump it up. So come on, let's pump up those donations. We've got a $5 donation from Tanya that says, I'm a huge fan of rhythm games, and Happy Feet's run during CRGDQ blew my mind. I've been looking forward to it all week. Let's get a $5 donation train and get ready to pump it up. And as you all know, I'm always in favor of a good train. I love trains. Who doesn't? Excellent mode of transportation. We have $10 from Kadistra that says, when Link runs onto a stranger's property with no pants to pet dogs, it's cute and he's a hero. But if I do it, it's, who are you? And someone call the police. Putting this towards Pump It Up. And no pants. We have another donation for $25 from Youngster Joey that says, let Link keep his shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear. We have a $20 donation from Zacharaz that says, every pair of pants not worn is another chew toy for a dog. Let's get a no pants yipe train for the dogs and doggeters without border collies. I have been living for these dog puns, y'all. You've been the best. I'm gonna sneak one more donation in here. We have $50 from Soon5 that says, this is for the Great Dog Percent run. Also, I need to pay my debt from the Ice Trap Challenge from yesterday. Well, thank you guys all for your awesome support. I have been huge witches this entire time. I have not magically transformed into somebody else even once, which is a new record for me. Usually I get kissed by a witch about halfway through a run. Anyway, I'll be passing it off here. We're going to go to a quick break, and then the next host is going to take over. Love you guys. Mwah.
Broadcasting live from the Kanto region in the world of Pokemon, this is Summer Games Done Quick 2020. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Bobtastic, and once again, welcome to Summer Games Done Quick 2020. Next up on the schedule, we have the Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, specifically the Fire Red version run. It's a race between JP and Pulse Effect. That's going to be a super hype race, and I hope everybody's ready for that. So, in the meantime, we've got a few donations we'd like to shout out. So we've got $250 from Waffles, who says, "Waffles here, contributing toward the Pump It Up incentive. I miss all my fellow Pump It Up players, and I haven't seen most of you since USPF 2007. To every runner, staffer, and viewer, keep up the good work. I love you all." We've got $100 from Alexander Y, who says, "I would love to see more Pump It Up from Happy Feets. Pump it up." And keeping in mind that Pump It Up donation total. We need to raise $120,000 total dollars to hit that incentive. And we are currently at $97,713. So we need about $23,000 before the end of Crypt of the Necrodancer, which comes after this. And that's a pretty short run. So make sure you get those donations in for that amazing incentive. And just to keep in mind, we are currently sitting at around $935,000 raised toward Doctors Without Borders. Okay. We're going to have one more donation here. Let's see. We've got $30 from Blue Dratch. He says, this is for all the runners and support crew whose paws are probably rough from all the controller manipulation tricks they have to do and issues they have to chase down so we can all have a howling good time. Pants? Who needs a pants? No dog. Dog, no pants. Link, no pants. No problem. And with that, it's time to go see the Wizard of Prizes sent. Take it away.
Oh, what? There's not no wizard here, not nowhere, not no how. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick Online 2020. My name is Sent, and of course, I am here to tell you all about some of the amazing prizes that you all can win by donating between now and the end of the Crypt of the Necrodancer run a little bit later tonight. You don't have a lot of time, so you're gonna need to get those donations in quick. And, a lamp! Pokeball! Go! I missed. All right, we'll catch the lamp later, chat. Don't worry too much about it. For now, let's talk about some of those prizes. So from our good friends over at Studio Pinpin, we have these absolutely beautiful Zelda watercolors. You got Link, you got Zelda. They come as a pair. They're adorable. I love Studio Pinpin style. It's just so whimsical and fun. They're great. $10 donation, and they come as a pair. Make sure to get those donations in before the end of Crypt of the Necrodancer. Just set them down gently over there. Now, speaking of lovely artwork and some Pokemon-themed artwork as well, from Puzzle P, we have this beautiful Raichu rainbow. Again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'll say it as many times as I have to. I love Puzzle P's unique style. It really does take me back to those days of high school math class, not paying attention in algebra. I don't know what x equals, but I do know that these geometric shapes are absolutely beautiful on this background of a Raichu. It's a $15 minimum donation. And again, huge shout-outs to Puzzle P for sending it to us. From now until the end of that Crypt of the Necrodancer run that's coming up. Now, also Pokemon themed, and also a $15 minimum donation, and also some amazing artwork. From Professor Caton, we have this beautiful Blastoise bead art painting. It's super cool. It's obviously a Blastoise perler, but the water jets behind him and then the background are all painted onto this canvas, which kind of gives it like a cool 3D effect. It looks great. I'm a huge fan of this. I'm a huge fan of perlers, but I'm also a huge fan of when people get really creative with perlers and start incorporating them into all kinds of different mixed media projects. This is super cool. I believe it is also only a $15 minimum donation from now until the end of Crypt of the Necrodancer. Now, coming to us from Chew, and sticking with that Gen 1 theme, we have this absolutely beautiful poster of the 3 legendary birds of Gen 1. I'm just going to hold it up here and pan it because it actually just arrived about an hour ago. It's still kind of a little rolled up from the tube. Pan it back and forth so you can try and see all 3 different birds. You got Moltres, you got Zapdos, you got Articuno. I read them in reverse order because that's what's cool. It's a $15 minimum donation. The artistry on it is absolutely amazing. It's signed on the back and dated for Summer Games Done Quick Online 2020. Absolutely amazing prize. Thank you so much, Chew, for sending it out to us. Now, from Stitchery Geekery, we have this amazing Professor Oak doll. This is a hand-stitched doll of Professor Oak. He's adorable. He's a $20 minimum donation. I mean, he's got excellent detail on him. He comes with a nice little handy doll stand, so you can have him stand up somewhere. And you know what? He's got one more surprise, too. Just like the real Professor Oak, he's got a Charmander, a Squirtle. Oh, they're a little tiny, so I might have to put them down after each one. He's got a Charmander, a Squirtle, a Bulbasaur, and even a Pikachu. as little tiny cross-stitch keychains. So he can help out new trainers get their starter Pokemon, just like the real Professor Oak. It's super cool. Huge fan of it. Again, $20 minimum donation for Oak and the 4 cross-stitch keychains. They come as a set. You got to get that donation in between now and the end of the Crypt of the Necrodancer run a little bit later. Now, I know what you're thinking, Sent. Which starter do you want? Like, are you a Bulbasaur kind of guy? Do you like Charmander? Do you like Squirtle? Well, what are your thoughts? Well, I'm going to tell you what the best starter Pokemon is right here, and I am incredibly lucky because our good friends over at the Chain Nerd have actually immortalized that Pokemon in chainmail for us. So, of course, the best starter out of all of the generations, well, it's Eevee. Of course, it's Eevee. The best starter, objectively. I'm just saying that. I know I have aggroed the entire Pokemon community, but I'm just saying that. But wait, there's more. Because if you donate $30 between now and the end of the Crypt of the Necrodancer run, you won't just be entered to win this Eevee chainmail. You'll also be entered to win some classic fire starters. We, of course, have Cyndaquil here. Everyone loves Cyndaquil. Blaziken, fond memories of my Blaziken as a child. But not just Cyndaquil, because you're also going to get a Torchic as well. If you're wondering why they're taped to white paper, it's just so they'll show up better on camera. It's a little bit difficult here, but hey, we're making it work. So you get Cyndaquil and Torchic and the Eevee, but wait, there's more. Because if you like water-type starters, we got you covered, because you're also going to get a Mudkip. Everyone loves Mud. It's the internet. Come on, you have to love Mudkip. It's like a law. But not only Mudkip, you get my favorite water starter personally, in Piplup. Piplup is adorable, and Piplup is a penguin that's like double adorable. How could you not love the Piplup? And I know what you're thinking. Well, what if I like grass starters? Choose a better starter. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, we have some great grass starters too. We've got Chikorita here in all of its adorable glory, and not just Chikorita. We've got a Trico as well. So let's recap here. For a $30 minimum donation from now until the end of Crypt of the Necrodancer, you get the Trico. You could get the Chikorita. You could get the Piplup. I gotta start putting these down because they're heavy. You could get the Mudkip. I shouldn't have put these on the floor. I have to bend down every time now. You could get the Mudkip. You could get the Torchic. You could get the Cyndaquil. And of course, you could get the Eevee. All 7 of them come as a set, $30 minimum donation from now until the end of Crypt of the Necrodancer. Make sure to get those donations in, and make sure to get them in for that bonus game and pump it up. You don't have to donate specifically for the prizes. You can put that donation towards whatever you want, and you want to see Pump It Up. It's going to be it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. You got to trust me on that. Happy Feets is an amazing player. It's going to be excellent. Now, before I go, there's one more thing I have to talk about, of course, because when we're talking about prizes, we have to talk about the grand prize, which is, of course, a custom prop from our friends over at Heroic Replicas. There are a ton of great options. You could get yourself a Master Sword, either styled after Link or styled after Dark Link. You could get yourself a beautiful Hylian shield, like we've seen JDQs in the past. It's got a steel front to it. It's heavy. You could get yourself a Zora guitar or bass. Both of them look absolutely beautiful, and they're functional electric, it's a functional electric guitar or a functional electric bass. You could get yourself the Fierce Deity Sword from Majora's Mask. You could get yourself the Goddess Blade from Skyward Sword. You could get yourself the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII. It's incredible. Head over to GamesDoneQuick.com and check out the tracker, because the tracker is not only going to have all the information you need on prizes. If you click specifically on the grand prize, it's going to link you to an album full of pictures of all of those choices. Please go check it out. They look great. But it's also going to show you all of the other prizes that you can donate for. It's going to tell you how much you need to donate for them. It's going to show you all the incentives that you can put your donations towards, incentives like the amazing bonus game of Pump It Up. And it's going to tell you about all of the amazing speed runs we have in the marathon. Speed runs like the Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green race. Why don't we send it back up to the front and get excited in our homes or wherever we are for Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green.
All right, welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2020. There is no time to delay. We are going right into the